It's week 3 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Patriots and the Dolphins, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a toss play. It's Harris. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Pressure here on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Watch out for Hill on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
In motion, Hill. Now Hall to start the drive. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. The Dolphins at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack on offense. Sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
How about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Watkins. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football and try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off play action. Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man in.
McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes a challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On first down, Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second down at the 22-yard line.
Second and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones. Complete, it's Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter. Get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in first and goal.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they come up now, second and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Hall again on second down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
To throw on 3rd down, Watkins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on the punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those hit fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of the route, too.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now Jones on 1st and 10 toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Working with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. Being chased down, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Touchdown! Hunter Henry, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Pats will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On 1st and 10, Watkins. That's out to the flat for Gordon. But despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw on 2nd down, Watkins. Wide open receiver complete. 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin in the NFC South. Tampa Bay paying their yearly visit to Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Baker Mayfield, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Our 2 teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Unlock life! Unlock life! 60 boxes! 60 boxes! After 60! Tap, roll!
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Hall again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
Let's go now!
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. In motion, Hill. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. Watkins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
5 years. 19 White.
On fourth down, Watkins. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. Ronnie Harrison that time able to make the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Throwing on first down. Watkins.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
There's a nice move.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
19 Tigers.
Running right. It's a handoff to Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's got it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. They'll run with Hall, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
In motion, Hill. Looking to throw on second down. Watkins. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And caught by Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's got room at the 30. Still going. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far. Up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Off-play action. Jones. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, we all know possessions are crucial in a tie game. And let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the...
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Damian Harris with career touchdown number 60. And the Patriots answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Watkins. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Watkins. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. He's back to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch. Tomorrow.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England's offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Jones. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Dolphins now down 28-21. At time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he is out of bounds with the first down as the clock ticks inside of 30 seconds. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Bass on for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
A drive there of just 4 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Miami set to take over. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always does, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it. Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Harris running straight ahead. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now Jones. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? What, we're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So for the Pats, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.